I just wanted to bring you this video because of the absurdity and the anger and the lack of logic and reasoning that was said in such video. Uh, I want you to pay attention to two characters in particular. One with a Cleopatra wig, excuse me, and one a bald black man. And just understand, when I first watched this video, the frustration that I felt when watching this. So without any further ado, I present to you Anton Daniels and his crew reacting to Jeffree Star saying that most men are gay, and for the most part, them agreeing with it.
Harvard
Let me
study.
start over from the beginning,
5%,
just so you can
5%.
just so you can get context as to understand what they're agreeing with, the context of what they're agreeing with, and so you can understand my frustration and possibly yours.
5% of the population that are men like women only. 5%.
Wow.
95% of men will fuck anybody.
Wait, how do you pull? Where's this stat from? Wait, like, where's this?
It's a very good question. Where are you getting this metric
I'm
from?
not gonna say you're wrong, but I want to just know.
Let
Like,
me just tell you this.
do we have a
He's
study
giving
or
you,
something?
yeah, he's
I am
studying.
the study.
He's the study.
Oh, you're the
Michael.
study.
Okay,
I
so-
am the Harvard study.
So again, I'm gonna keep pausing this just because it's so frustrating to witness. The whole premise of this is the whole premise of Jeffree saying that most men are gay is his anecdotal experience being possibly a very promiscuous gay man, as they tend to be, highest rate of STDs, HIV, AIDS, that type of thing. His reasoning as to why most men are gay is because he sleeps with gay men a lot. Keep this in mind.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
As a very feminine man who
false-
has never
a
pretended to be
false
anything
statement.
but what I was born,
Mhm.
I do look a certain way, which that also upset people when I was talking about Charlie and trans and all this. Like, I'm a dude. I'm a guy. Do I
That's
look
quite
very
evident, big
feminine?
bro.
Yes. I love hair and nails and makeup. I don't know. It's just built in me to like fashion.
You can imagine where the calculus of a lot of this gets confusing.
Yes. So
Yeah.
society has let everyone know that men have to be macho and men. So if they have sex with a male or anyone that's feminine that has a penis, they're now demasculated in their freak show. It's very bizarre. So unfortunately, the DL term is very real. A lot of guys want to hook up on the DL because the world will judge them. There's been dudes that have been in love with me, that have cried and like literally wanted to kill themselves because they're in love with me, but their parents will disown them, and that means more than me.
I have to pause again. I cannot let this nigga get pop that shit off without me saying something. There is no way in hell that straight men who are not gay, have gone up to this alien, this extraterrestrial, this Yautja, and said, I want to kill myself because I can't booty shoot you. Because I can't because I can't punch, because I can't commit sodomy with you. I'm gonna what? Nigga, I already I don't respect this nigga anyway because of reasons. You're not gonna sell me that bag of lies, bro. I'm not a retard like that. I'm retarded, but I'm not stupid. You can't sell me a bag of lies, nigga. I hear it. You're falsifying something right now. You're making something sensationalized in order to sell something. They're crying for you. They view themselves as this is all cope. He's lying right now. Anyway, let's continue.
I have had grown men literally like
Fucking annoying and retarded.
Bro, what the fuck is this, man?
It's a reasonable question, Slimmy.
I agree.
Bro, fuck this.
And as I stated earlier, pay attention to the two characters that we're going to see defend this. Again, just so you can understand where I'm coming from in my frustration. These two at the bottom, Anton Daniels and Molly, are going to agree with him based on the premise of his study being himself when he's a gay man who sleeps with gay men. And he's saying that the world population of that, 95% of men, based off of his anecdotal experience, are gay. All right, bro. Let me get some water real quick and then we'll jump right back into it.
It's a
Let's put the
reasonable
question
question,
on the
Slimmy.
table.
It's a reasonable question.
No, it's not.
Is only 5%.
It's not a reasonable question based off of his study, which is
of
himself
men
being
attracted
gay.
to, wait, is only
A single man.
It's written wrong, but go ahead.
But of men attracted
What's the sample
to women
size?
only.
All the fact that he had sex with? Get the fuck out of here.
Let's start with the ladies.
We'll
do
never
you
know
ladies
the answer
think?
to that. There's no way to know the answer to that. But I don't believe that that's the case. I think that there's a large percentage that are just attracted to a whole, but I don't think it's 95% of men. I think that's ridiculous.
Reasonable take from Kimmy.
Somebody said, I'd say 90% of men are attracted to women only. You think that's accurate? That most?
I think 2% of men.
Oh
You think
Lord.
2% of men are only
I
attracted?
think 90%,
So
98% of men.
Here's where the bullshit starts rolling in. The fucking steam train starts chugging, all the fucking toots and shit. When the retards start talking, when the retarded kids are brought to the front of the class to fucking talk, and nobody wants to hear what they have to say because they have nothing to say because they're retarded. Jeffree Star, the gay man, went from 95% of the world's population, and Molly said 98%. Now, we're about eight in some odd million billion people, 8 point some billion people. And about 4.14 billion of them are men. So she's saying out of that 4.14 billion of men, only 2% are straight. Let's do some quick maths really quick. Can I do ChatGPT? Yeah, let's do ChatGPT real quick. There are 4.14 billion men on Earth, and 2% of 1.4 billion is 82.8 million, which is about the population of Germany. So think about the globe, right? So what she is saying is that the globe is men and only Germany is straight. And only Germany is straight, and we got to 8 billion people on the planet. The math ain't mathing. And if we look at it from a historical perspective, an historical record, at one point in time, it was only a few million niggas on the planet Earth. And you're telling me that only 2% of those niggas were straight? We wouldn't have had enough people to have come into the agriculture age, the agrarian age, the Bronze Age. We wouldn't have gotten to a point where we can have enough people specialize in all of these different skills that we have to be able to have modern society. Because we wouldn't exist. There wouldn't be enough niggas. There wouldn't be enough people. There's already a small percentage of men who ever reproduce. So then you take that number and you shrink it even smaller. Oh my God. When dumb people speak, I'm fucking on a diatribe right now, but shit like this just makes me angry. This is what I do by myself when I'm not recording. I just watch stupid people say dumb things and I talk to myself because I have no friends. But anyway, let's continue the video.
Like other than women. Or additional.
Women or just
women and additional. I think about 2% men are straight heterosexual male. And let me preface this. I've been feeling this way for a long time. Before all these conversations will come up. Just my observations of men in general. And the fact that I feel like men have to literally be taught how to not be homosexuals a lot of the time.
According to her metrics, all men are gay. Also, men don't have to be taught to be homosexual. We're born babies. All of us are born babies. There is no sexuality in a baby, you creep. You sound like a Satanist. You sound devilish when you say shit like that. You don't have to teach boys to not be gay. They're prepubescent. They have no sexuality until puberty. What are you talking about? You creep. You just raise them up in the right way, and then they will be normal, like most of us are normal. Most of us, most men, I would say in a 90% clip, most men like women. Most men most men want to reproduce with women. Let me fix that. What are you talking about? You sound like a creep.
A species not to be
You
homosexual.
you don't have to teach them to not be. As a matter of fact, depending on the certain school jurisdiction that you're in, and this was very much a contentious topic within the past few years, they put pornography in elementary school libraries, and there was a fight to get that bullshit out of elementary schools libraries because they understand that it's something that is influential over you. You can be pushed towards debauchery. So stop it with the you have to teach them to know. They're trying to force little niggas to be gay. They're trying to force little niggas to think about, maybe I do want to chop my dick off and get some estrogen pills and some implants in my fucking chest. Maybe I do want to do that. Maybe they're trying to teach little girls, maybe I do want to chop off my fucking breast and sew up my fucking coochie and get some a skin graft dick on there. That sounds kind of cool. So shut the fuck up. I hate when dumb people speak. I hate when people think that they're smart, but they're actually dumb.
If it wasn't kind of okay.
What are your thoughts?
Well, not just homosexual, but like not like with children, with animals, with men.
Now you're grouping in things that have nothing to do with what you were talking about.
Well, I'm gonna let Kira.
Lex.
I don't know. He obviously has some incline of what he's talking about. He thinks the men that he messed with are more than likely straight, is what he's
I'm
saying.
sorry.
Why would
I
you
don't mean to
assume
cut
that?
you off, but allegedly, this is who destroyed Kim K and Kanye's relationship. Jeffree Star.
Okay, so before, allegedly, we don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck about Kim Kardashian and Ye. Who gives a fuck? What the fuck? What did Lex say? She said something before this one.
About he thinks.
Oh yeah. She said that he's mostly sleeping with straight. No. If you're sleeping with men, if you're a man who sleeps with men who commit sodomy, you're gay. You can't be straight and sleep with men. At least not concurrently. You there can be arguments for, hey, it was a long time ago. I was in prison. I was stranded in the desert. I was on whatever arguments you wanna whatever arguments you wanna say for it. But you can't do it. You can't concurrently do it. Meaning at the same time, you can't be booty shooting Jeffree Star and say you're straight. That's not possible. So no, he's not sleeping with straight men. He's committing sodomy with men who are gay. Let's stop that. Your premise is false.
The men that he messed
false
with
categorization.
Are more than likely straight, is what he's saying.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but allegedly, this is who destroyed Kim K and Kanye's relationship. Jeffree Star.
I'm gonna speed this up some. Cause I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be here for a long time.
But go on.
He's like a MUA or something.
Yeah, he's a makeup artist.
1.5.
Right. So most down low men, I mean, they're messing with men like him. They wish that they were women. They're attracted to them.
Down low men would be
say
gay men, not straight men.
Over 90% of men are attracted to, are not just attracted to women only. I think that there are a good amount of men that are DL in secret. They're flexible. They don't want to be labeled as gay or homosexual. They just want to label those type of, but it's gay. I mean, I don't know. It's weird, but it's something that they are not being fulfilled in. They look for those in trans women or whatever. But I don't think it's a higher number. I just think that exists in his world or her world or whatever we calling it. I don't know.
Because he's sleeping with men who are pretending to be straight. Why would he not know?
Right, but
how do you know it's 90%?
With all those
because he's sleeping with people's husbands.
Right,
over 90%
based off of
men
what?
is a lot.
I think it's 98%. He thinks it's 95%.
But what makes him think that? I know you're laying
Because
with
he's
a
a
lot of
gay
married
man.
men.
He's a gay man. So as a gay man, if he's judging other men, that probably 5% of them are not gay. That's
You
his
have been
lifestyle.
sleeping with
But
a
Okay.
you know,
lot of men to know that.
gay men do sleep with a lot
Yeah, a
of
lot
men.
of
Gay men
gay
are the most
men.
promiscuous.
Mm, that is
This is the
excessive.
statistics, especially and then the gay.
What statistics are we? All right, if we talk about statistics, let's do. Shout out to Chat GPT. Godly. Let's look up some statistics here. Let's go to a new chat. Let's go. Just talk about the United States. How many men are gay in the United States? Let's see. It's difficult to know exactly. Estimates vary based on how one defines gay. But here are commonly cited approximate numbers for men in the US. A recent meta-analysis recently I cannot read. A recent meta-analysis estimated that about 3.3% of US men reported having had sex with men recently. And this is from the JMIR Public Health, which is a study statistics which Jeffree Star has not stated, nor has Molly stated, for her claim that 98% from Molly and 95% from that nigga Jeffree. All right, let's go to another one. The same analysis estimates between 3.4 and 4.9 of U.S. men identify as gay, bisexual, or sexually attracted to men. This is from the same analysis. And then we have, according to a broader survey method, self-identification across all adults, roughly 1.4% of U.S. adults identify as gay. And if we assume roughly equal male/female split, that suggests a ballpark of a bit over 1% of adult men. So, based off of these, studies, actual studies that we have links to the JMIR Public Health and a Gallup poll, a Gallup survey, we can say between 1 and 5% of all adult men are gay. That's not 98%, bitch. 1 to 5% based off of these actual studies that we can point to, which actually have a methodology as to how they did them. 1 to 5% versus Jeffree Star is 95% because he's the study and he's one nigga who fucked, I don't know how many sodomites he's had sex with. And Molly, who agrees with him, but exacerbates the number to 98% because studies that she's not going to name because she agrees with Jeffree Star because of reasons. Yeah. Stop listening to dumb people. Everybody on the internet is not worth listening to just because they're entertaining. And I will grant this nigga Anton this. He's entertaining. Molly, no. But Anton is entertaining. I'll grant you this. But just because a nigga is entertaining doesn't mean that they're smart. Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson. Entertaining. The nigga ain't that smart, though. I'm just saying. Shout out to the Hodge twins. You get my point. Anyway, let's continue.
Ones who dabble with women. It's just a statistical fact.
I don't know if it's
Men,
that high. I think it may be high.
Also, if it's 98%, 95%, that means, Anton, you're a homosexual. You're a sodomite. You would be knocking on that fucking door asking for, who was it, Lot? Yeah, asking for Lot to bring out the men, the angels that came with them. Slimmy would be gay, and Q would be gay. And their fathers, and their uncles, and their sons. According to 98%. Because if it's 98%, you'll be hard-pressed to find a nigga who just like bitches. You'll be hard-pressed. Let's continue.
I've met
I
a lot
wouldn't
of
know.
down
This
low
is just
men,
me, but I think it's like 98.
and they hate themselves for it. Like they hate themselves for being attracted to them, or they say, or they'll try to be delusional. Oh, it's just conversation. Oh, it's just him giving me a whatever.
You know why I believe it's high? It's the majority. Is because it's too many guys that go to jail and it's gay for the
Okay, here we're getting to the point to where he tries to obfuscate the reasoning as to why he believes this, when at first the argument is 95% of men. That's assuming that's all men. That's the world. So what Anton is going to do is try to hyper focus on specific segments of men, of behavior that men have, of negative traits of a group or whatever. and try to extrapolate into all men when it's not true. And also, there are going to be a lot of contradictions in what he said. Let's continue.
Stay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but do we even have a percentage on that?
Mm-hmm. It's high.
Listen, I called my dog Fleece, and Fleece
It's all
said,
men.
Majority of these guys is unwilling to go, and he would spend almost his entire life there. And he said the majority of these guys make a pact that they just not gonna talk about it when they get out.
Yes.
Okay, let's again, based off of the numbers that we have looked up on ChatGPT. Actually, we haven't. I looked this up on ChatGPT a couple of fucking days ago. This is not even for this video. About 1.14 or something like that, 1.12 million men, about 1 million men about there are in prison in the United States. Let's take that number. 1 million men, then there's like 80, how many men are there in the United States? 84 million, I believe. Let me see. How many men are there in the United States? Let's see. 174 million. So 174 million. You get 1 million out of that, which is like a percentage. Let's just say all of those niggas are gay. That doesn't equate to 98%. If all of the niggas in prison are gay, that doesn't equate to 98%. Most men are not in prison. Most men will never go to prison. So let's keep that 1 million number in mind. That's 1%. Let's couple that with the between 1 and 5%. That's not really a significant number to really change that percentage. So you're still not adding up anywhere near to 95 to 98% of, because they're talking about United States prison, of men in the United States being gay, let alone the fucking world. Come on, bro. We gotta be smarter. We can't be stupid. We can't be emotional. Let's continue, bro.
I don't know. I can't rock with y'all on that. I think that it's a high percentage, meaning that it's higher than we would like to think. But I think that one, it's reckless to throw out a percentage and say only 5% are attracted to men just because you sleep with down low men. Obviously, only down low men are going to approach you. Straight men aren't going to approach you.
Good point.
So
Good point.
your sample size is skewed.
And it's small.
Yeah, I can't get with that.
He said that are attracted to women only. That means we throwing everything.
No idea.
We
He has no way to do that.
We throwing
But he's
boys,
like a
No
we
gentleman.
throwing
idea.
girls, we throwing trans, we throwing everything.
Trans are men. That's not a separate
I
category.
think that most people are freaked. I think that most people are freaked out. I think that when you combine porn and you combine prison and you combine the hypersexuality of everything, I think that niggas be getting out of control.
I'm not saying that they don't, but I'm saying 95% being able to go whichever way the wind blows is kind of high. It's higher than I believe it to be.
I don't know if it's 95.
Well, this is an unfair question, but Kim, if you had to put a percent, a more reasonable percent, what would you put?
I might say 35, 40. But
That's it.
That's a lot in itself, though, even if it's just 35, 40.
And that's what I
That
said.
is a
I think
lot.
it's a lot in terms of it's higher than we would like it to be. But I do not, and I will not believe that 95% of men are just out here just floating.
He didn't say that they are doing something. He said that they may be attracted to more than this.
I don't believe
Because
that.
that's why, I mean, I get it, because if anything, they're doing it for attention too, to, you know, be as, or delusional to be as feminine as possible. If somebody's not attracted to it, then why are so many of them doing it? I just think that it's not that high. I would have, and I know if you said that's
It's not a
unfair
lot of
question,
them
Carrie,
doing
but if
it.
I had to ballpark it, I would say at least about
Just
a
because
fourth
you've
of men
been
are
just because you've been
likely attracted to more than just women.
propagandized to into believing this, most niggas are not gay. There aren't a lot of trannies that exist. It's not a lot of those people in those sexual fringes. There aren't a lot of them. There aren't. The thing is, they have a lot of influence because they have sympathizers, and in some cases, they have influence in some of these places that can effectively create mass propaganda, such as Disney or some of these big corporations, CNN, all that gay shit. Some politicians. There aren't a lot of them. If there were, we wouldn't exist. If they were, we wouldn't have all of these beautiful conventions that we have. We wouldn't have cell phones and internet and indoor plumbing and centralized heating and cooling. Because these fucking weirdos would be too worried about some other shit. Fucking dishing out their booty hole or some shit like that. Like, it's not a lot of them. Come on.
Like, even if they don't like to be, it's the a woman could have a crappy attitude and all of that stuff, but if she get dolled up and got the booty and got the boobs, they're still gonna be aroused. And if trans women are having those same features, they would hate themselves for being aroused. Just like I know this is way off the ballpark. Just like women that are SA victims, they hated to get aroused when they did SA, but they were. So maybe their minds are programmed that these men are looking like women, that they have some type of attraction to them, and it's very high number. And they probably don't like it. Some probably block it out. Some probably explore it. Explore it. I mean,
if we're gonna say 95% are doing whatever, there's 3 men on this panel. 95% of 3 is.
Yes, sir. Put their feet to the fire. Yes. If it's 98, 95%, according to Big Jeffree, that means all you niggas is homosexual. All y'all niggas is fucking, what's that shit called? Fuck. All y'all is popper sniffers. Y'all popper sniffers. Y'all was knocking on Lot's door saying what's happening. Y'all was trying to see some shit. Y'all was trying to see some dork in you. really chiefing for the bus. if it's that high of a percentage, that includes you niggas too. Hey, Kim, hold they feet to the fire, nigga. Let's see what Anton got to say.
No, that's too small.
Nah, nigga. No, nigga. No. Now it's too small of a sample size. Your whole premise of agreeing with this is based off of Jeffree's sample size, which is not a lot, I'm assuming. It can't be more than JMIR or the Gallup poll. It can't be more than that. It literally cannot be more than that. But you're agreeing with it, and you're agreeing with Molly. But now the sample size is too small because she put that mirror in your gay face. Because according to your statistics that you believe to be true, you're gay. Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm not. Nah, that's too small of a sample size. Nah, nigga. Now you're changing metrics. Now you're changing qualifications. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Hypocritical ass
Not
nigga.
to say that it's not. What can his sample size be?
Exactly.
How many men exist in this country?
Man, listen, it don't really matter to me how people want
Oh, now it don't matter, nigga.
See, like, we can
I
frame
hate,
we want to
and you know what's annoying?
I know what I am, so I'm not tripping about it. Like,
there are niggas who really exalt this nigga as if he's the second coming of our Lord and Savior. Like, this nigga is Ma'at. Like, he's fucking Zeus and Hercules and fucking Aphrodite. He's gay, according to his stats. So I'm gonna throw in Aphrodite in it. I'm gonna throw Aphrodite in that bitch. Fuck it. Like he's fucking Amaterasu. Fuck out of here. Not Susanoo, nigga. Amaterasu, nigga. You a... All right, let's continue.
I don't play that shit. That's why I'm so comfortable talking about it. And the reason why I'm very comfortable talking about it is because I think it's problematic in the community. I think that just because we bury our head in the sand and act like that it's not something that's
again,
plaguing us.
Here's another hyper focusing on something that takes away from the point, which was 95% of men. Now he's hyper focusing on niggas.
Does not make it any less true, or it doesn't make it any less of a problem. And so if we want to address issues in our communities and problems that's happening, then we have to absolutely positively address it. And all of these, like, I see niggas, look, I know the majority of you niggas in the chat is gay. I know that for a fact. I know the majority of these niggas in the chat is gay. I'm very, very comfortable because I got a big dick and you know what I'm saying? The hoes love me.
It's kind of a weird diatribe that he decided to go on when Kimmy just pointed out the logical deduction that if 98% of men are gay, you're gay. So he goes on a diatribe saying, nah, that's too small of a sample size. Nah, it really don't fucking matter to me. Hey, all you niggas who are watching this video and supporting me, all of y'all are homosexuals. And also, I have a big dick when most of my audience... When most of the audience that I just call... When most of the men watching this are gay, and I advertise the fact that I have a large penis? What? You're gay, bro. What are we talking about? You're gay. I would, if I knew for a fact that I was surrounded by you know what I'm saying, by gay people, by gay men, I would not verbalize the fact, yeah, I got a big penis. What? Why? Do you want them to come on to you? You want them to be curious? Like, what's the point in that? That's so weird, bro. That's you sound like a homosexual, like you've been to the gay clubs. What are you doing?
Is. But niggas that I see that's so adverse about having a
Weird.
conversation about shit that's plaguing the community is wild to me. It's wild because we got STDs. We got the highest rate of STDs. We got the highest rate of motherfuckers that's on the down low, fucking all of these chicks.
How do how
And that's
how
a
do
problem.
how do you quantify the percentage of men who are DL? You can't. So shut the fuck up.
And so for me, I'd rather have a conversation about why
And
that is
since we're
happening.
here, let's look up the percentage of black men who are gay in the United States. Let's see. Black men percentage who are gay. Let's see. How many are black? How many black men? Let's see. There are roughly 19.5 million black men, male adults, and boys in the United States. Here are a few points of context. The total black population, 48.3 million niggas. That means black men make up roughly 48% of the black population. As a portion, 13. Yeah, we got it, bro. How many are gay? Gosh. How many are gay? Let's get this. How many y'all niggas gay? All right, there's no precise number, but we have some studies here. According to Williams Institute, about 1.21 million US adults identify as both black and LGBT. So there's 1.21 out of what? 1.21 out of 19.5? 1.21 out of 19.5. What the fuck? This is so confusing. This whole shit is confusing. Anyway, the next one, it says that implies roughly 470,000 black adult men in the U.S. identify as LGBT. That's not a lot of niggas. What is that as a percentage? That's not a lot of niggas. So for context, yeah. It's not a lot of niggas. It's about roughly the same number between 1 and 5% of black men who are gay. It's about the same numbers. So I don't know what you're fucking talking. We have the highest percentage of of gay niggas. It's actually about the same as everybody else. Let's continue.
And so we can solve for it instead of acting like it don't exist.
A dude went viral, and
Why wouldn't we solve for the plagues that's happening in our community? And why are we not mature enough and adult enough? We old as fuck. This is some shit that we should be able to talk about and address.
Again,
went viral.
extrapolating this, hyper focusing on a U.S. problem, hyper focusing on a Black American problem, and extrapolating that to 98% of men in the world are gay. Smart black man.
in Chicago he looked just like what was well to me he looked at, but he got the tattoos on his face. He has the locks. You know what I'm saying? He got caught first with a trans woman, and then he went allowed to explain why. You know, he exposed himself after getting exposed himself, and was just talking about why he even did it in the first place. He said, "Well, trans women can't get pregnant. Trans women, they are, you know, he just got some type of attraction to them, but he don't think he gay." Yeah.
A
But
man,
the women sit there and
is
tell
going to
him,
come up with a reason.
of
but
course,
they just have a fet. It's sick. It's more. It seems like it's more
men don't like
mental.
BBLs, but they like trannies with BBLs.
You know how
What the fuck are you talking about? What is a nigga not liking a BBL? What? Wait, are you equating? You're saying that straight black men or straight men don't like women with Brazilian butt lifts, but we like men with women need to shut the fuck up sometimes, bro. What are you talking about? What does this have to do with the conversation? We're talking about less than 5% of the population of Americans. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Man, whatever. Let's continue.
Okay, you know
Fucking
how
women,
marijuana is
so
the
fucking
gateway. They said
retarded.
marijuana was the gateway to other drugs.
Dumbass women, bro.
I think that porn and this hypersexuality is all a gateway to. It's not enough to feed your demons. You got to go out and do something more extreme, more freakier than
I
what
think a
you
lot of these
anticipate.
people, I think it's a combination that adds to a high number. I think it's a lot of niggas that probably got touched when they was little. That's number one. I think that we over sexualize and people continue to go as far as they can possibly go because they don't get aroused at regular shit no more. I think that we have a proliferation of porn that's absolutely ruining us. I think that there's a lot of guys that got raised by just their mamas and they didn't have no father in the house, and so they relate more to the women than they do to the men.
Hyper focusing
And I think
again.
that we got a higher incarceration rate in our community than otherwise, and that also factors into it. So when you start to have all of these, put all these things into it,
Again,
I don't see why.
hyper focusing. Hyper focusing on single motherhood, single incarceration rate, which we know the overwhelming majority of niggas are not going to prison. We know that. We've looked this up. Single motherhood, yeah, that's a problem. But according to statistics, that is not equated to a higher percentage of gay people in the black community. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're trying to make things make sense when they don't. And especially hyper focusing on something instead of attacking the main issue, which this nigga Jeffree said the world 95% and Molly said 98%. What does this have to do with niggas? We talking about niggas we talking about the globe of niggas, not just niggas. What are you talking about?
We won't say that it's a lot of guys and the majority of the guys that's out here, because a lot of guys, they participate in all of that stuff or some of that stuff one way or another.
1 to 5%.
We got the highest rated single mother households. We have a huge problem when it comes to our crime rate and being incarcerated. And when niggas is locked up around men too long, what the fuck you think is happening?
We have it as a population, but as a percentage of the people who are doing it, most niggas aren't doing it. But most people who are doing it are niggas. That's the problem. But most niggas aren't. Most niggas aren't doing it. All the niggas all the guys that I grew up around and went to school with are regular people. We're regular people. They have jobs. Most of them don't even have children. They're not even them type of niggas. They don't have kids. What are you talking about? Continue.
We got that problem happening. We got no self-control when it comes to dick discipline. We over freaked
Dick
out.
discipline is fucking retarded shit that old faggots. I keep saying that word a lot. Dick discipline is not a real thing. It doesn't make sense. That's not a male mating strategy. Let me be disciplined and not try to go after the woman that I want to have sex with to reproduce with. What the fuck? Most men died early. I'm talking about from the historical record. Most men died in wars or due to diseases or other men, things like that. And then you topple on top of that, the majority of the niggas who survived didn't get to reproduce. Only 40% of men. What the fuck what do you think this is? What you think we're fucking bodhisattva? You think we're Buddhist? We're monks? We're abbots? Dick discipline. Nigga, I'm trying to fuck because I might die tomorrow. I'm trying to fuck because the male mating strategy is not that of choosing and picking. It's that of getting whatever I fucking can. Because it's difficult and it's hard to do so. You talk to 100 bitches, 100 women, maybe 10 will give you some reciprocation as far as interest. Nigga, it's not easy pickings when it comes to the male mating strategy, bro. We don't just sit there and get picked out. That's not how it works. Dick discipline is something old losers say. Shut the fuck up. Dick discipline. You just gotta have dick. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Most men didn't fucking get to use their dick, nigga. What are you talking about?
And we don't even have nothing that's stopping us because most people ain't even spiritual no more.
Mm-hmm. Now, I agree with all of that, but how did we even turn this into a black thing when Jeffree Star is one of
Good question.
Isn't he racist?
I don't know. Let me restart that. I don't know if he's racist or not, but good question. How did we go from the world to hyper focusing on niggas?
Say
that one more time, Kim.
Spiritual no more.
Mm-hmm. Now I agree with all of that, but how did we even turn this into a black thing when Jeffree Star is the one that was talking about this? Isn't he racist? So he not
No,
talking
he
about
isn't.
black
I'm not limited it to just black people. I'm just saying that because we have the majority of black people on this panel, and so that's what we're talking about. I think that white men is way worse than black people. They don't that cuck shit that started with white people.
Cuckoldry, again, changing the subject. Cuckoldry has nothing to do with this. Black people, again, it's about the same as the general population. Between 1% and 5% of black men are homosexuals. It's not most. It's not 98%. And then he moves on to something cuckoldry. What does cuckoldry have to do with 98% of men being homosexuals? What the fuck does that have to do with this? It has nothing to do with this.
That's a white man thing, that cuck stuff. So I mean, that goes without saying. I think that white man is just crazy as it is.
It's not a white man thing. It's a fucking degenerate thing. Get the fuck out of here. Thought you were a man of God.
But there's other additional problems that plague black people that white people are
Have
not
you been to
entirely subjected
Japan?
like the incarceration rate.
And most of them are getting
Korea.
money by those men too. Those trans women, quote unquote, too. They're getting money out of them. They want to be taken care of themselves. So they are weak, emotional. Like I feel like those men are more the ones that women say they want an emotional man. They're lying. Those
You know
men
what's so
that are
funny?
emotional and they feelings go right to
You
the
know
end
what's
of the
so
gay
funny?
man.
This is almost like a test too, because everybody's sitting there complaining, but the numbers are still high as fuck. Ain't not one person left this bitch.
What are you saying? Oh, you talking
Everybody's still watching while acting like they don't care about this shit.
I don't think that they're acting like they don't care. I think that they don't agree.
They're
I think-
watching because it's sensational, dude. They're watching because it's interesting to see niggas crash out and try to make logical inconsistencies to argue a point that doesn't make sense. In the same way that niggas watch, I don't know. Let's say Terrace House. That's a reality TV show. In the same way that niggas watch Terrace House, not because it's highfalutin art. It's not The Godfather. It's not Punch Drunk Love. It's crass. It's entertainment. It's funny to watch niggas crash out. Art. Let me think of another one. Could have been Drewski's. Could have been Love or Could have been House. It's funny. It's not high art. It's not Roy Avers. It's not Michael Jackson. But it's entertainment nonetheless. Nigga, you're not a genius. It's just entertainment, my nigga. If it was a fucking Al Qaeda video with fucking Norwegian tourists getting their heads chopped off, that'll have a lot of views too. That doesn't make it cool.
That's cool. They not agreeing. They just being mad. It's one thing to say I disagree. It's another thing to say, man, it's some bullshit that we talking about this. Nah, it's a difference.
You're right, but you also just said like the whole chat is gay, basically, and then turned around and
Well,
told
that's what happens when you insult people.
like, I mean,
you get insulted back. When you say shit to people, I do this regularly. I insult the chat all day long on a Millionaire Morning Show. I insult the chat here. I don't give a fuck. I go back and forth with the chat because I think that the chat is a part of the show.
Bro, y'all just said y'all just said 5% of
So
men
wait a minute.
are straight.
So we crash out on the chat all the time, and it's not a problem. But
Y'all
now
just said 5% of men are straight.
But wait. For this subject, it's problematic to crash out on the chat.
I mean, I asked a long time ago, why is being called gay such a big thing? Because everybody's throwing it at Quentin like it's a problem. But the fact is, men do that to other men. So
wait. Nobody mentioned Quentin.
Emasculate your entire chat.
Wait, nobody
She's
mentioned
not saying
Quentin.
tonight.
What are you talking about?
Tonight. She's saying
I'm not even talking about you, Anton. I'm just saying people in the chat like throw
Yeah,
that at
who
Quentin or throw
cares?
that at men in general when they don't like what they're saying or they
Such
don't
a
like them in general.
non-conversation.
Because it's an insult. If you want to insult somebody, like they'll say something.
Right, which is why they're coming back.
No. The problem is you agree with homosexual men saying that only 5% of men are straight.
Why is that problematic?
That is absurd. That is absurd.
Problematic? Why is it
that is
problematic?
absurd. First off, we're not listening to no homosexual men discuss straight man shit. We're not letting them set the bar for this shit. We are not letting homosexual men discuss straight men.
Let me speak.
Period.
Because if he's the person that participates the most with men that project themselves to be straight, then why wouldn't we hear it?
No, we don't have to hear shit that he say. This is a fucking fairy.
So
we don't have to hear shit that he say.
So bury your head in the sand because you don't like what he's saying.
I'm not burying my head in the sand. I think it's absurd that we even take
Yeah, you know what? A nigga in Boko Haram fucking kidnaps little girls from school. Should we care that if he says that most men kidnap little girls from Christian girls from school? Like, no, nigga, you do that, bro. That's the niggas you hang around. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You're a gay man. Of course you're a gay man. Of course you're gonna sleep with gay niggas. What does that have to do with me as a non? What are we talking about?
With him. I think this is absurd.
Well, it's because he's the one that's sleeping with them. Because he's the one sleeping with them.
If his opinion counts, why doesn't mine count more as a straight man? Why doesn't all the niggas I know straight? So therefore 100% of niggas are straight because I hang around straight niggas. Like, if we just doing anecdotals, which by the way, Anton, when the mirror was pointed at him saying that 98%, that means you're gay as well, he said, nah, sample size too small. But then again, he's back to agreeing with Mr. Star. But if that's the case, then my anecdotal experience of me and my niggas is, I'm straight, so everybody I know, 100% of niggas are straight.
You don't think that he has incentive to make it seem like more men are gay than what it really is? Just to cause this, just to be problematic?
What incentive does he have, Slimmy?
What do you mean? He got plenty of incentive because he wants other men to seem like him.
Why do you say, what do you mean? If you said it, then I'm asking you to substantiate your argument.
And then I said, because he wants more men to seem like him.
No, what you said first is, what do you mean?
I said, then I said, he wants more men to seem like him.
And what, so he can fuck them all?
No.
Sure. So he can be, sure, that. And also, so he can normalize people who look like him and behave like him and engage in the behaviors he does, to normalize it, to make it seem normal. That's why he has an incentive to do that, to sensationalize. Yes, he has an incentive to do so. The same way that Lowe's or Home Depot has an incentive to put livery on a race car so that niggas can see it and buy it and engage in it and think that it's fucking cool and I should support this because they're on something that I view. Yeah. That's what advertising is. That's what propaganda is. To normalize it. The fuck? Yes.
Emasculation. Just like women emasculate, homosexual men can emasculate too. It's just emasculation. It's humiliation.
Or maybe he's a part of a community, and it's not just him, but he knows a lot of people that do the same
thing. He never
thing.
mentioned that.
And what I'm saying is, if it's a problem,
he never mentioned that with arguing the fact. He said he's the study. He never mentioned that, according to this clip that we have, which is what we're seeing and they saw because we're watching the video. He said that he's the fucking study. So you're bringing in elements that had nigga, I'm not stupid. Like, I hate, I'm not retarded. I mean, I'm not stupid, but I may be retarded. You're not gonna try to get one over on me, bro. Especially when we have the rewind. Nigga, he never mentioned that he knew he probably does, but that's not what his evidence was for why he believed this. He just said he's the study. So now you're introducing elements that he never argued for. Like you're going to bat for the gay man. Because you're a booty shooter as well. Which you are according to your stats.
But running from it and acting like it don't exist just because you don't like it, don't make the problem go away.
I don't know who's running from it. I don't know who's running from it. I don't know where that running from came from. But what my problem with it is, I don't want to have no discussion with no homosexual man speaking for straight men.
What you talking about it for then?
Because I think it's corny.
Because he can, nigga. That's why he's talking about it.
I think it's corny it's even brought up and that we are taking it into consideration that this homosexual man is speaking on straight men things. I think that's sad, man.
I don't. I think it's sad that we actually have men that are projecting themselves to be straight, acting homosexual behind closed doors, and we want to act like
between
it don't
1% and 5%.
That's one of the reasons why we see more black men continuing to be on the DL, and we see more women in the motherfucking clinic because they didn't know that the nigga that they was fucking with is DL.
According to what? These bitches is getting HIV and AIDS and all these STDs because they sleeping without because they're having unprotected sex. What are you talking about? That's why they're having it, because they're having unprotected sex, and they're sleeping with niggas who sleep with a lot of women. That's why the STD rate is higher as a percentage in black women than it is in other groups of women. Because they don't use condoms. Because they sleep with the same niggas. That's why. It has nothing to do with niggas being gay. Unless bitches just sleeping with 1 to 5% of niggas who are gay. But I don't think that's the case. That's very difficult to come across that population.
Just because you don't like it don't mean it ain't happening. Just because we want to say, I don't want to hear it, don't mean it ain't true.
These women is marrying prisoners. We seen it. Y'all sent it in.
Yo, shut the fuck up. That has nothing to do with the conversation.
I mean, 95%.
That shit is insane.
This is the same man who allegedly may or may not have
Shut
broke
the
up Kim
fuck
K
up. We
and
don't
Kanye
know
was sleeping with
anything.
Kanye.
They broke up. They
We
don't
don't know
have a
anything
child.
about
Okay,
that.
this is the
Stop
man who was
bringing
sleeping
up
with
that
Kanye. I'm
shit.
taking his word for it. And I used to follow him
We
on
don't know
Instagram.
anything about that
He's
shit.
on
Who
all
gives a
types of
fuck?
men.
What does that have to do with
No
98%
one
of
said you were
niggas?
Why do you keep bringing up Kim K
Thank
and
you.
Kanye like that's the bar?
Thank
Like
you,
this
Q. Who
Well,
gives a
because
fuck?
you caused
that make it
because
make it
Kim K is
like
a god to women. I'm sorry, she just is. Depending on
she's
who
a
you
god.
ask.
She's a god to
And then
women.
this man broke up her marriage, allegedly, maybe. We don't
So
know.
why are you
Carrie,
bringing
they
it up
spam
as
the chat. You gotta
evidence?
time them out.
Yeah, they keep
And
spamming.
Like,
he's
shut
speaking
the
on
fuck,
DL
man.
men, so I think it's appropriate.
That marriage was messed up to begin with.
We don't like dumb people. We don't like dumb people. Golly, brother. Oops. I don't like when dumb people speak. Shut the fuck up, lady. Hold on, let me take that lady back. Shut the fuck up, dude. What are you talking about, Cleopatra wig? What does this have to do with the claim that he made? What does this have to do with the claim that he made? Jesus. And the claim that you made. What does this have to do with that? That's not empirical evidence. That's not a meta-analysis. That's not a study. That's not a poll. Which you haven't brought forth, but I have. And the numbers point to about 1 to 5% of the US male population is gay. It's not a lot of niggas.
She was. What
That's
made
not
her
for me to
famous?
judge, but if this is the person who they're putting a face as to why they got a divorce, then
Is that what they said? That's why they
and
got a
then he's
divorce.
allegedly, and then he's speaking
Fucking
on
girl
DL
gossip
men.
bullshit. Who cares?
Listen to gay men when they be talking about other men. I'm sorry, I do. I'm sorry.
I
And there's a
think
lot of
DL
gay
men
men out here
exist.
who spill the beans, and I think a lot of women are protecting these gay men as well.
Shut
That's
up.
terrible.
Now you just said
I
a
think it's
Chicago
a
dude
lot
was
of
gay.
guys right now.
Yeah,
It's a lot of guys that's projecting in the chat, and I know why.
And some of y'all was raised by stud mamas and stuff. Come on, now, y'all know y'all
I
gay.
know why.
Y'all mamas is gay.
I know why.
Why I gotta be all that shit though, man?
It
Come on,
is,
man.
cause
Come on,
because
Molly.
studs be
Molly,
raising
come on,
sons.
Molly, come on.
Welcome
They'll
back,
band
Fleming.
together to raise some
No,
sons.
man,
Okay.
this a bad
And I know these
conversation,
men be
man.
gay because their mamas be gay.
No,
They
this
don't know.
bad,
Okay,
man.
so
They
wait a
don't
minute.
know.
This
They don't
bad,
know what's
man.
wrong.
This
Let
is
me ask you a
bad.
question, Fleming.
This
So
is
do you
bad.
suggest
Kanye
when
said
we
he was
on
sucking off
after
his cousin.
hours that tackle all conversations?
Allegedly.
Do you suggest that we never bring up any conversation with regard to addressing issues amongst our population of men doing something that they're not supposed to do, homosexuality?
I never said.
And what the fuck? I thought this was about the world population of men. Now we're hyper focusing on niggas. This is how you know this is a disingenuous conversation, because you can't stick to the actual point. Molly said 98% of men in the world. Mr. Jeffree said 95%. Based off of his study. And Molly agrees with him because allegedly we have no evidence for it. He had sex with Ye. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm asking you. I didn't say you said it.
Bro.
I'm asking you a question. Do you suggest that we not address those type of issues?
No, we do address them, but we don't use homosexuals to
Type
address it.
shit.
We don't need what they say. We don't need
So
what they
straight
say.
men speak on heterosexual issues?
I'm answering the question, ma'am. Please,
sorry.
please let me answer the question. Please let me answer the question. Please, before you go on your rant, just let me respond.
Go ahead, answer it.
I do not like homosexuals speaking for straight men. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to be in conversations like that. I think it's kind of corny. Like, you stay on your side. Don't speak on men over here. You don't ever want us. Y'all don't even want us to talk about your lifestyle and say, hey, we don't rock with that. We can't even say we don't rock with y'all. So what the fuck you speaking on straight men for? That's why I got a problem. Because y'all don't even want to be judged on what y'all do. That's the facts. Y'all don't want nobody speaking down on your lifestyle. So stay your bitch asses over there. Stay your bitch asses over there and don't speak on straight men. Don't. I think that's problematic. Because who's to say you gonna tell the truth? Who's to say you gonna tell the truth?
No, it doesn't stop them, Slimmy.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, we shouldn't even take in regard what they're saying. We shouldn't even take it into regard. We already know it's down low men. Get y'all bitch asses over there too.
But we need to know who they are.
Hold on. Get y'all bitch asses over there too.
Shut the fuck up. It doesn't, hold on. We need to know who they are. If it's 98%, it's all niggas. So I'm screaming. If it's 98%, it's all niggas. Why do you need to know if you look to your left and to your right? It's a fucking homo. According to your stats. It doesn't matter at that point. We need to know who they are, nigga. All of them. How about that? According to your stats, all of them. That means your husband is a homosexual as well, according to your stats. Just because you married them, mean you're not gay. Gay niggas used to get married all the time to women back in the day. So, according to your stats, your husband is gay. We need to know who all the DLs are. That's every man according to your fucking stats, you idiot. That's why you need dumb people. I'm gonna say something. College don't make you smart. Having a panel don't make you smart. Being rich don't make you smart. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
We don't fuck around like that. You either
Slimmy,
straight or you gay. There ain't no in between. There ain't no
But if the
down
gay
low.
men not exposing the DL men, how do we
You
know,
got it.
Slimmy? How
You
do
got
we
it.
know?
All men
We need to-
are DL according to 98%, bitch. It doesn't fucking matter. You can just assume. The fuck? You can just assume.
They meant to tell us who they're
I
supposed
mean,
to
why
be
you don't want to
having
have a
sex with.
conversation? Man?
Just like we can assume if a nigga has a southern accent, he's probably from the South.
I
Who
want to
they
be able to
gonna
have a
tell us?
conversation. Just being able to. I sat here on mute, and every time I say something, Molly just got to jump in.
What do
Like
you mean?
now,
You
when I
been
when
jumping-
I
no,
when
no,
I
no,
when
no,
I
no,
do that, when I do that,
Everybody
it's
been jumping in the
problematic.
whole night. You can't single her out, Slimmy.
No, I'm gonna single whoever is speaking over me out.
Slimmy,
I ain't
everybody
saying
been
that when
singled over
nobody was
everybody.
talking.
Yes,
I
you
haven't
do.
said anything when anyone was
Slimmy,
talking.
you're giving it from your perspective, but as a woman, I would like to know, as a woman
Carrie, you can
who
remove the second Carrie.
if we have to be heterosexual women, if I'm sleeping with a man who's a homosexual, I need to
All
know.
of them are
You know?
homosexual according to
If men are sleeping with other
98%,
men and they
idiot.
know who the men are that's sleeping with men, why can't they tell that information?
98%, that's all of them.
Why can't they talk about it? Why can't they
What are you
say
talking?
a lot
Now
of
you're
these?
what? Now you're asking for something that doesn't make sense. If it's 98% according to you, that's all niggas. What are you talking about? That doesn't. What you're asking for now doesn't make sense because you're already claiming that all niggas are gay. It doesn't matter.
Men are not heterosexual. And I think that that's why the birth rates are falling too, because I think a lot of women know these men are gay, and who wants to reproduce with that?
Everybody needs to just tell what side of the fence they falling on, because there are a
These
lot of
men
women that
won't.
are
They
high in
won't.
numbers that are
They
attracted
won't.
to women even. I mean, women in the
Men
locker
don't
room,
care
at the gym
about
locker room,
that.
talking,
Men
oh,
don't
your
care.
boobs are pretty. Oh,
Like,
can I
like
touch them?
one of
Like,
the
what?
issues.
Men
One
don't
of the
care about that
issues, for
though.
example,
Yeah.
and this is another reason. There's several reasons why this is important to talk about. One of the issues is that I believe that the STD and STI rate, especially when it comes to HIV, is being spread amongst gay men in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that unless you are actually down low.
Yeah, because it's a that's not true. You can wait, hold on. Let me hear what he just said again.
Spread amongst gay men in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that unless you are actually down low.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spread HIV and AIDS unless so HIV says I'm not going to spread into this man's asshole. If he knows that I'm gay and if I'm outwardly gay, I'm not going to do that. But if I pretend that I'm straight but I'm sneakily getting some bus, now I'm a sticky. Now you got HIV. What the fuck? Huh? What? That's not true. That's not true. HIV and AIDS, everybody can get it. Mainly through anal sex, which is why it's such a high percentage in gay niggas, and also through intravenous drug uses, which is why it's high amongst homeless people because they do a lot of drugs like that, and druggies and people like that. What are you talking about? What happened to 98% of men in the world? Now we're talking about drug users and homosexuals who aren't on PrEP and aren't using condoms. What?
Unless you have these men that are also sleeping with men, sleeping with women also, and it is absolutely
And that's
crazy
actually
in our
not true.
community.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna chat GBT this actually right now. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that HIV is actually harder to get because of the structuring of the vaginal wall. Let me see. HIV rates. Let me see HIV infection. Let me do this. HIV infection in anus versus vag. Okay, let's see. Per act activity, approximate risk of getting HIV from one exposure, receptive anal sex, bottoming, highest sexual transmission risk around 1.38% per act, 1 in 72 chance if the partner is HIV positive and untreated. Receptive vaginal sex, which is much lower than anal, but it's still significant, around 0.08 per act, meaning 1 in 1,250 chance if the male partner. Yeah, it's a unlikely chance that a woman is going to get HIV unless she's just a fucking hoe sleeping with a lot of niggas with HIV, because it's harder for HIV to attach to the walls of the vagina because the vagina has a purpose for sex, the ass doesn't. So problems and complications come with that. Let's continue.
That is a problem. And it ain't no keep you over
It's
there.
not a
You
lot of
can't tell
women with
nobody what to do.
HIV,
You can
bro.
only try to solve
You
the
stop
problem.
it. Unless they get
But
booty
I
sheeted.
see, I see,
throwing out a percentage.
I see that this is an uncomfortable conversation. We're not there yet. So, all right, that's cool.
That's crazy. The LGBT community got y'all in a chokehold. Like y'all so scared to talk about their issues, but they not scared to talk about their issues. Y'all so scared to talk about their diseases, but they not scared to talk.
Shut the fuck up, bro. I'm gonna let y'all hear it, but honestly, whenever this woman speaks, it's fucking Charlie Brown adults. Like, shut the fuck up.
About their diseases. Like, I wish somebody would. You talk about witchcraft. They got the biggest witchcraft on y'all. Y'all so scared to say
So
anything
black.
about them, against them, acknowledge them. Please.
So black.
I'm not
That's all I
sure
gotta say.
Shut the
y'all
fuck
is,
up.
but my
Thank you.
question
Who the
is,
fuck are y'all?
Anybody watching, anybody listening, anybody who always wants to say you're homophobic for bringing this up. No, this
Nobody.
is not being talked about. The white community.
Literally nobody is saying that. Shut the fuck up. Now you're arguing about an audience that I know you don't have because you fill with niggas. Niggas aren't afraid to say disparaging shit about gay niggas. What are you talking about? Now you're lying. You're arguing to people who don't exist, who aren't there. Shut the fuck up.
proud about their homosexuality. So y'all black men, y'all either need to get proud about it and leave women alone.
So annoying.
Or stop participating. Like, don't like if you already participated in it, you done for.
Black.
But if you haven't, just don't. Have some masculinity about yourself. Don't be a burden on the community, spreading your diseases, and then crying about how's the white man for it. You don't have proper health care.
Shut up.
Well,
we don't want to have real conversations.
but you're saying that we don't have
talk
about it when we're just throwing out percentages. How is that
Thank
addressed?
Well,
you.
Jeffree Star threw out the percentage. We just talking about what he talking about.
Right, but I'm saying
No, y'all agree.
Just by throwing out a
I didn't agree with him. I think it's higher.
So let me level set this. Would you all be comfortable with the conversation if we remove the percentage and just discuss that there are a lot of men who are attracted to other
It's
men
not a lot.
on the down low?
It's not a lot.
My biggest issue with the conversation is the percentage. I'm not disputing that there's a lot of men on the down low. That's the essence of being down low. Like, I mean, I do believe that that's a thing, but we're not addressing it just by saying, oh, 95% of men with this made up number that we've come up with are down low or gay or whatever, without coming up with
every single conversation that we have starts off with an assumption, right? It starts off with a video. It starts off with somebody giving their perspective and their opinion, and then we debate it. This is no different. That's his opinion. And then the question became, well, do you think that that's right or do you think that it's wrong? Because we can't really measure nothing that we talk about in any subject.
That's not fucking true. We can measure a lot of shit. We have meta-analysis and studies and polls and all types of shit for that. We have polls for the political pulse of the United States. We have polls that estimate the percentage of people who are Republicans and Democrats and independents. We have polls for a lot of shit. What the fuck? We have polls for people who prefer the color red over the color red or the color blue. What are you talking? We have polls for everything, nigga. We can make good estimates. And the fact that you refuse to even attempt to do any of that shit, when I know you have ChatGPT at your beck and call, you just to say, hey, yeah, I'm agreeing with this fucking alien. I'm agreeing with Mr. Jeffree Star, the extraterrestrial. As a matter of fact, I'm going to up that number. 98%. But I'm not gay, though. I'm not gay. Shut the fuck up. You think I'm... let's continue.
Lived experiences.
I get that, but you're saying we don't want to address it. That's not the case. We're saying 95% is high.
So question, how do we address the DL men?
We don't. We bury our head in the sand and we keep it moving.
Let the gay men expose them, and women, y'all use your discretion after these gay men expose them, like they've been doing all this time.
Okay. Well, does anyone else want to share
These
anything?
women be married to DL men, and we ain't supposed to talk about it.
Anyone?
These men is giving them HIV, and we can't talk about it.
It's not true. That's not true.
Y'all know I don't care about nobody's feelings.
That's not true.
We can't talk about it because it makes everybody uncomfortable.
That is so not true.
Who makes uncomfortable?
Everybody.
Who's uncomfortable? Who does it make uncomfortable?
Y'all niggas went and got off y'all
I got off camera because we subjects where a homosexual man is speaking for straight men.
You over talking me after you ask me a question. You're over talking me, right? That's what you do every day. You just did it to Molly.
What the fuck? Why is he defending this bitch?
Right,
so weird.
Having
a conversation, weirdo.
You got it.
I'm correcting what you were saying. You said I got off. I'm saying why I got off camera. I don't want to be a part of no conversation where no homosexual man is speaking for straight men.
That's exactly
corny.
That's exactly
corny. We shouldn't even be taking what he's saying into consideration.
Why you asking a question that you don't want the answer to?
What?
Every time you ask a question, when somebody goes to answer your question, you overtalk them.
All right.
I think that you got uncomfortable, you and Quentin, because the first thing that y'all did was that y'all got off camera.
That doesn't
So
mean we're,
that doesn't mean I'm
we're
uncomfortable. That doesn't mean I'm uncomfortable.
That doesn't mean I'm uncomfortable at all.
Yeah, them getting off camera is not them getting off of camera is not as bad as you calling the majority of your audience gay and then telling them that you have a huge penis. Which one would you say is more untoward? Which one would you which one do you think is worse or more weird? Acknowledging that your audience is homosexual while saying that you're not, and then advertising the size of your penis, your sexual gland, or taking my camera off because this conversation is fucking retarded, which it is, and then coming back in when all the retarded people start talking. Which one makes sense? It's fucking.
Would you
Doesn't
guys
mean
like
I'm
to say
uncomfortable.
what getting off the camera means?
Because I
Y'all,
didn't
come on, man.
want to talk about it.
Don't start gaslighting and being disingenuous.
I didn't
No.
want to talk about it.
Y'all know when people get off camera for all type of reasons.
Well,
When
no,
we have
what
these
I'm saying is,
conversations.
would you like to address so that you can tell them why it's not?
I
that?
got off the camera
You can just
because
say
y'all
you
let
can
Molly
do
say 2%
No,
of men are
nigga.
straight.
you.
You let
Thank
Molly say
you,
2%
nigga.
of men are straight, and I didn't want
Now
to.
all of a
What does
sudden
that
you got off
mean?
because Molly said something. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I got off when they started showing the dude. I was off camera then. When this dude started talking, I'm like, come on, man. Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we just? Why is that the
He's still at the
discussion?
bottom of the screen. Are you uncomfortable?
Y'all got it.
I'm
Let me
asking.
say this.
Not a
I am not
gaslighting, my
uncomfortable, but I'm
nigga.
about to get off the screen because I would like to use the facilities. I just want y'all to know that I am not
I don't
uncomfortable.
believe it. I think you're getting off the screen.
So
Leave
they
it
not.
alone.
I got a
Go right
question.
ahead,
So
Kimberly.
so homosexual people, gay men are not allowed to talk about straight men or have an opinion on straight men. Is that what you're trying to say, Slimmy?
Listen. I don't give a fuck who say
Nigga
what
Slippy
about
said,
me.
I'm done
cool with
with
that.
these fucking
Y'all niggas
retards.
say anything about anybody when y'all don't agree with them, and I'm cool with that. It's cool.
Oh my goodness.
I'm still gonna fuck your chick when I see
Oh
her.
my god, dude.
Wait, what? Was there? Should I time
I'm
I'm
somebody
still
out?
gonna fuck her when I see
fucking
her.
Wait, what?
Anton,
Oh, you can call me
Anton,
out. You can call me what you want.
Hold on.
Call me daddy. Fuck your chick
Hold
too.
on. Anton.
Why are you?
Okay.
Well, to be
Okay,
fair,
I'm sorry
Anton, you
about
said
that.
you said the majority of the
Good.
chat is gay, so it wouldn't be their chick, it would be their dude.
Yeah,
I'm just
that
gonna
would
say
make
that.
you. You're a
Let's regroup.
homosexual, dude.
Would anybody
You're
else like to share
gay.
anything on this topic, or
Anton
we're a little
Daniels is
over time?
gay.
Anybody?
Oh my, bro, dude. You know, it's very interesting listening to dumb people talk. They say so. Dumb people say the darndest things. Fucking 95% from Jeffree, 98% from Molly. Hyper focusing on things that had nothing to do with 98% of the world's population of men. You're talking about single motherhood. You're talking about prison. You're talking about HIV rates. Spreading it to women. Women virtually don't get it, bro. Shut the fuck up. Because of their biology. What are we talking about? I believe the gay man because allegedly, we don't know this for sure. He broke up Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's fucking marriage. It's allegedly, we don't know this, but I believe him because he's gay. 95%. Why do you believe this? Because I'm the study, and because I said so. If that's the case, then Anton, that means you're gay. No. The study's too small. We need these gay men to expose these DL niggas because the women need to know whether or not they're DL. 98% look to your left and to your right. Them niggas gay. It don't matter if they expose them or not, bro. These are dumb people. You know what? This is interesting.
Somebody, what the fuck is he saying?